The weather in Green Bay on Sunday, the low is -1 degree. The high is 22. Woo! And it will be frozen considering this game, most of the entire second half is going to be played once the sun goes down. You got the 9-3 Chicago Bears, right now the number 1 seed in the NFC, against the 8-3-1 Packers. It's the first of 2 meetings in just the next 14 days for these two teams. And the Packers are 6.5-point favorites, and a total is 44.5. Doesn't Vegas learn, Brad? The Bears were a touchdown dog on the road to the Eagles, and they beat them. Can they do it again? Can Ben Johnson and the Bears prove more people wrong in the NFL's oldest rivalry? This one is must-watch football. What do you like, and how do you think this game plays out here?
Well, I tell you what, if Ben Johnson pulled this sucker off, just go to midfield and take your damn shirt off. Yes, in the nipply cold, get it done in the teens, and be a man, and go ahead and win some people at the Wiener Circle, some more free Frankfurters there in the end. So that could definitely be on the table for the Bears. However, I think ultimately Green Bay is going to win this game, and I'm saying this as a Bears fan. I'm trying to speak as objectively as humanly possible. So I think Green Bay's got to take this thing in the end. I think the Bears will cover the 6.5. I kind of like the under on the 44.5, especially given the teeth chattering conditions there at Lambeau Field. But my favorite bet is Kyle Menengai, the pride of Piscataway. Anytime touchdown is at plus 200. Again, rolling the shoulders and getting seduced by the juice. He has scored a touchdown in 4 straight games. He has really racked up the yak. 62% of his yards have come after initial contact in games played since week 8. His role is growing. He is on the season now, number 17, and total red zone touches with 30 in totality, with 6 coming at the goal line. Yeah, he's still going to split touches with DeAndre Swift, and DeAndre's probably going to get the heavier side, what I feel is going to be a 60-40 workload. But every time Menengai touches the rock, he is dragging tacklers an additional 2, 3, 4, 5 yards, and sometimes guys across the chalk and into the end zone. I know Green Bay is number 6 in rush EPA defense on the season. I know they've only allowed 7 touchdowns to the running back position overall, but come on, man. Menengai in the brutally cold conditions, a point of emphasis is going to be him grinding it out between the tackles. So he's punching one in for 6. Bear down, Chicago Bears. Da, 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 da. Yeah, Brando. That's what I'm talking about. I hope I'm terribly, awfully wrong about the Bears falling short of getting the W, but Kyle Menengai will do work, and some of that work will carry him into the end zone. Love that price at 2-1.
Okay, look, I hate to bring down the Bears contingent on this show, you and Brandon Combs, but I think the Packers are going to win this game, and I think even more so, it could start to grease the tracks for a Bears collapse. And I'm going to tell you this now. Here's a prediction. Week 18, the Sunday Night Football game will be win and in between the Detroit Lions and the Chicago Bears. So there's that. But for now, at least on Sunday, what does Matt LaFleur want to do? What does Matt LaFleur dream about? What does he have wet dreams about in his bed at night? Running the football. He can't get enough. Yeah, he can't get enough running the football. But this is a game where it makes sense to run the football, run the damn ball, and control the clock. And I think Josh Jacobs has a great matchup ahead of him against the Bears' run defense. That is 28th in the NFL, averaging $134 given up on the ground per game. The Eagles weren't able to take advantage of it. And there's no disrespect, Ben Johnson. Look, everybody's talking about Mike Vrabel basically running away with the NFL Coach of the Year award. I think Ben Johnson deserves serious consideration because Caleb Williams hasn't been great this year. He's been good enough, and he's limited the turnovers, and he's gotten a lot better protection, right? He's only been sacked 18 times this year compared to 64 a season ago. And the Bears defense, they get shredded. They get shredded in a lot of their games, but you know how they make up for it. They get those turnovers, Brad, right? 26 of them in 12 games. That is number 1 in the NFL, a plus 17 turnover differential. That's almost double the second best team in the turnover differential department. But they can't stop the run. And you get the Packers on a frigid, cold Sunday at Lambeau. You got to be able to run the ball effectively. Josh Jacobs, he looked good. Didn't miss Thanksgiving against the Lions and ran the ball effectively. I think Josh Jacobs has a massive game against the Chicago Bears on Sunday. Over 79.5 rushing yards for Josh Jacobs. Maybe the Bears can cover this because it is a lot of points for a cold in-division game. But I like the Packers to win, and more importantly, Josh Jacobs over 79.5 rushing yards.